What's going on, guys? Your boy Fluff here. Today, we're talking about 2.4.2a on PTR and how it affects specifically Barbarian, which is our main class, as you guys know. So without further ado, let's jump into the changes. No set changes for Barb. Sad day. We did think that maybe Wrath of the Waste would get some love, but it doesn't appear to be the case. It does need toughness, as all of you guys know, I'm sure, especially considering that Armor of a Khan got 15% damage reduction, and Wrath of the Waste still got nothing, especially considering that they're increasing the Torment level, and like Wrath of the Waste, as you guys have seen from my other guides, it can be a good T10 build, but I don't think it could go much higher. So I don't think it's going to be a good T13 build, unfortunately. And so that's another big change. They're obviously adding more Torment levels, and if you guys don't know already, each Torment equivalates to like 5 GR levels. So T10 is currently equivalent of GR 45, so T13 would be GR 60. And right now for Barb, I'm not sure if there's any set or spec that would really handle T13 efficiently. And when I say efficiently, being able to run quick runs, sub 3 minutes. I don't see IK6 R4 being good enough. I don't see R4 hybrid to be good enough. I don't see Whirlwind or Volcano Barb being quite powerful enough to do T13 efficiently. But obviously we'll test and get back to you guys. Hopefully T13 has like what? I don't know, 100%, at least 100% GR key 2 drop. Hopefully like a chance for 3 to make it worthwhile. I'm not sure what the magic find or legendary drop juice would be for T13, but we'll see. Hopefully it's going to be worth running. Hopefully we can find a spec that can do it, which I don't see. As far as set changes go, I don't see any power creep happening for Barb, which kind of sucks, because as you guys have felt, I'm sure the DL was getting a little stale, but it does say 2.4.2a changes on PTR. So hopefully these are preliminary changes to a big 2.5 patch. But we did expect that kind of last time. They did a round of balances, and we're like, oh great, they're balancing things before a big patch, and then they never released a big patch. And so this patch has been just, it's basically a rerun of what we experienced last season, other than like, okay, so R6 IK4 is now better than our R4 IK6. But that's really the only change, and Leapquake got a power creep. And I mean, Lawn is good now too. So anyways, the only real change here for Barb in particular is this guy. So Seismic Slam increases the damage of your next 3 earthquakes by 100% for 15 seconds. And it says unique ring, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a ring. It could be a weapon, it could be a piece of armor, it could be an add-on to something that exists. But usually if it's an add-on, then they like change the verbiage somewhere in the item text, and I wouldn't see anything like that. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But looking at it, running the numbers on it, even if you're a Seismic Slam Might of Earth user, which is a rare breed because it's less effective than Boulder Toss, you still really wouldn't want to run it, because Blade of Tribe gives you a base 200% earthquake damage, and then Furnace gives you 50% elite damage, which equates to be more than 100% earthquake damage. So I don't see this item being any good for any spec, and it doesn't really fit anywhere. Like if it's that's assuming it's a weapon, which I mean, where else could it fit? It can't be an armor slot, because that would mean we'd have to drop Blood Socks, unless this is going to be some kind of lawn build, and we'll test that, guys, don't worry. But on paper, it doesn't fit anywhere, and it's not good enough to fit somewhere. This needs to be like 150%, 200%, and we're assuming that's additive damage. Most items that work like this are additive damage. If it's multiplicative, good lord, this could be a good item. But there's no way. There's no way this is multiplicative damage. So yeah, that's a really underwhelming change. I mean, even for Seismic Slam people, I mean, we'll test it. We'll get back to you guys. I could be totally wrong. And all this is, again, subject to change because it's PTR. But on text, on paper, it doesn't look good. That doesn't seem like a good change. The other changes that really affect Barb, I mean, they're changing some legendary gems. So one of the things is what? Invigorating Gemstone. So before it was while under any control impairing effects, reduce all damage taken by, I believe it was a base of, what was it? 30%. Which, you know, was a really underwhelming gem. Now each hit done increases healing received by, I guess, 2%? 2%? For 5 seconds and stacks up to 10 times. So at full stacks, you get 20% increased healing received. I mean, it seems really underwhelming yet again. But there also looks like they're adding a secondary effect. So they're removing the heal for maximum life, but they're making it you're permanently immune to CC effects, which is a nice change. Like this makes the gem 100,000% better. Don't get me wrong, but is it worth using over the other gems? Probably not. But again, we'll test it. We'll get back to you guys. Fear not, my fellow barbs. We got your back. Other than that, they changed some of the verbiage on Simplicity Strength. Hits with primary abilities heal you for blank % of your maximum life instead of life on hit, which is a good change. Again, it's a very good change. So I don't even know, is Lawn Frenzy even using this gem? I don't really know. Probably. But we don't run Lawn Frenzy, so I mean, we'll play around with that on PTR next time, so we're not such an ignorant rat about it. But it's pretty underwhelming. Also, and then it looks like they're changing Moratorium, so maybe a higher % chance on kill to clear the staggered damage, which still leaves the gem a bit meh. Really, just kind of meh. But as far as anything else goes, there's this lightning damage is increased by blank or by 15% for every 10 yards you are away from the target. Which is okay. That could be good. And you know, maybe if you're like a weapon throw, seismic slam barb, this could be maybe something you look at. We will. Don't worry. But we'll see. We'll see on that one. And again, the Torment changes. That's a big change. But other than that, guys, that's really it for 2.4.2a on PTR. Again, we are really hoping that this is a preliminary change to a 2.5 because we need some change. We've been running the same stuff for 2 patches. We're ready. We are ready for some new stuff, new items. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. As always, like, subscribe, come over to Twitch, ask your questions. Peace out.